you guys are just tuning in, first, where have you guys been? Should be here all day long calling all the action with EU. We've had 3 fantastic games so far. 2 of our winners coming out from Lavish Layer, Queasy and Thomas, Cringe and Noms. And then Sined and Vanyak started off the day in game 1 with a huge win. And with only 2 spots left, Takata, I challenge you and the chat. Who are going to take those 2 spots?
Look, it could be anyone, but there's a duo that I really hope does it. I mean, what we've seen from Perhawa and his duo partner, 2 second places with this current format where all it takes is a victory royale to qualify, and not even 2 regular second places. Being the last person standing in the heal off, well, last person standing that doesn't get the victory royale, it's got to be heartbreaking, it's got to be crushing, but it also can be motivation because you just want it that much more.
Yeah, and just kind of talking about like top 25, there are certain teams that are so behind on points, they might not have any choice but to get elimination crazy. Not only to get into the top 25, but to give themselves the best chance to win this game and advance directly to the FNCS Grand Finals. Otherwise, they play again tomorrow, either the upper or lower bracket, depending on where they finish. Takata broke that one down already. It's Classy Courts has a couple of teams nearby. Perhawa and Vexy are the ones that's starting over on this location, and already off to a great start in terms of loot, but from one fight to the next, S double trying to break into the box. Marius just has a sliver of HP, but that's all you need to stay alive. Even with the elimination being cleaned up, he immediately ends up in the same box. Sangil takes a huge shot. Both players are actually very, very low on HP and shields. If SS double, since he has a huge lead in HP, continues to play aggressive, this will be his chance to win not just a 1v1, but a 1v2. He continues to play aggressive into the box, Takata. Sangil is now on the back foot.
It's all up to Sangil. 114 effective HP and shield. Disadvantage in terms of it. 1 mini's been popped, but it's still not enough. Gets dropped down to 23. Frenzy shotgun. Normally, you want to get extra aggressive with that, but not having the HP advantage, Sangil quickly realizes it might just be better to fully disengage here. Come back later for the reboot card and play it a lot slower. 2 more matches left, and it looks like they didn't want to risk it, and it was the correct decision as the third party did come through, and either winner of that engagement would have been taken out most likely. And look at him crouching, Jacob. They know you're there. Kefi is looking to clean this up.
Yep, that's a good amount of points for them. They started this game in about 20th place, and Relvis is looking to get the final shots on the SS double. It's going to finally get solidified, and they're just trying to get themselves closer and closer up that leaderboard. The more you're on that bubble, the more you're going to worry if a team passes you, especially if you go down early in that game.
Looking at Malibcua now. Wondering, where's his duo partner? Where's Merstach? Merstach is watching as he's been taken out. They are contested at fencing fields, and it looks like it did not go their way in this match, and it looks like their opponents want more than just Merstach. They want to finish the duo off. They want Malibcua, but how much will they chase to make it a reality?
Yeah, you can kind of see it instantly that they stopped running after him, probably running back to where they took down the first player, and we're going to be able to see it. Chap's able to go in, trying to catch him off guard. Really have him down and knocked as well, but Merstach just a sliver of HP. He gets caught on the other side. That was Khan, Chap's teammate, who was able to solidify that one. Medallion and the loot as well. That's a huge win for them.
Kiro now. It's Pink and Vico who have been taken out. Like the first match, the aggression came through, but it did not go to their favor. As Kiro and Kiduo now 2 elims on the board on the peak of the snowy mountain. No duos very close, but there are some far away. Good news is this time around, they are in the zone. It is the first zone though, so it is covering a majority of the map, as now they're going to continue recuperating those materials.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where they're going to get not just materials, but their loot in general from. They don't really have many heals to work with of any variation, so interesting decision to see what scraps they're going to be able to pick up. You see them going towards Reckless Railways, or at least in that direction. And With those EMP grenades, you actually could fish by just directly throwing them at the fishing spots, but it's not really going to give you too much in terms of weaponry, but it is going to give you a lot of heals to work with if you choose to make that your decision.
I drop Nebs. Cruising through, flying in. My favorite glider. Love the song. Brings back memories. As now. Ooh, this is dangerous. Cammy. Seti. Lane and his duo partner. As I drop and Nebs have shown their presence already. It's kind of caused their opponents to not really want to continue with that engagement because they know the third party is ready. Just waiting for the moment to strike. But there's been another third party. It's Steno and Lucy who've taken out Lane. Knocked him down. Cammy getting a little closer, but I don't know if he's going to fully get into that engagement.
Interesting decision for some of these teams to be in. Cammy, Seti, particularly outside of the top 40 with the way their games have been going. Nebs and iDrop, they're on the line of that top 25 as well. So a lot of these teams that are on this side of the map looking a little stacked, probably just trying to bolster their surge, maybe even positioning overall, because with no outline of the zone at the southern end of the mini-map, you got to imagine this time around the zone is going to come towards the south side of this map.
Looking around, taking shots at where iDrop and Nebs were. So far, just staying active, staying cautious. But no pressure to fully move out of where they currently are. But it looks like they are going to choose to do so. Grapple Blade comes through. So far, no shots connected onto them. I'm always a little scared in these situations, having that Reaper sniper rifle around. All it takes is one good shot from an opponent, and you could be knocked right down. Pace and Benno not having the best tournament, but still, you could go from the bottom of the leaderboard, 50th place, to qualifying to grand finals in just one match if you end up getting that VR. And this is a duo that's more than capable of doing so.
Yep. Interesting decision for Benno to kind of disengage, but with the way the day has been going so far, talked about a couple of superstar teams outside of the top 40. Well, they're positioned 38th to start this game. For Venno and Tayson, they have 22 points. It's almost one of those situations to where if you're not necessarily looking for that first place spot, you can play consistent throughout the two, have a couple top 5 games, advance in that top 25. Or if they're not necessarily going for just points after points after points in each and every one of these games, it might be a win in your in situation that you described one too many times already.
Taking a look at the magical number 2, the magical duo for Hara Vexi. You know they want it more than ever right now. Their loadout, though, it's not giving me a lot of confidence, but Malibcua, you know, it always could be worse. 9 HP. Popping those minis, has some bandages, but the chase. How long has this been going on for, Jacob? I mean, we've seen like 4 different engagements already, and Malibcua's still running.
It's persistence from Malibcua. Even some would say patience for him to stay alive this long. Over towards Shipment Station. There's a lot of barrels that spawn over here, but they're most likely taken as Malibcua's just looking for scraps that are left over. Found a couple more bandages that he can use. There is a reboot van as well right outside those doors. It's just a matter of, is now the time to go for it, especially with how much he's been chased along the map. I feel like if that team hears a reboot going off, they're going to know exactly who it is and continue to try to push and take Malibcua out of the lobby.
It's going to be a difficult road in this match for Malibcua, but anything is possible. We'll take a look at Yanis Blixi here. Looking a lot healthier. Basically have all you need. Mobility, shields, medkits, ammunition, materials, a duo partner. Up and running. Now it's all about positioning and getting that damage.
I just gotta ask, like the Enforcer, we've seen some changes to the Enforcer, and I've seen it a lot more this time around. Is it just that's what you kind of picked up off your drop spot, or is there something I don't know about the Enforcer?
Look, personally, not my first pick, but, you know, seeing it in the hands of Yanis, there's got to be a reason. Everybody has their preferences. Everybody has their favorite weapons and options. So, I mean, maybe we'll see how it works in the hands of an elite player. Shamoki and Wheat, though, making use of the Nemesis AR. Legendary. Right on the edge of zone.
They have an extra med kit as well. So they have the luxury to kind of stagger themselves if they do want, if the zone does kind of pull in an unfavorable position. But just judging by the grapple blades, the materials, the resources, they're just getting information. You can see them kind of eyeing the land with their natural elevation as well. Not just they build the tower, they're on the side of the cliff and they're just popping shots. They see Moneymaker, F9 in the distance, another team towards the east. This is vital information for the next rotation if it does pull away for them. You see Moneymaker and F9 trying to do the same thing. Just peek through and just try to figure out what is the safest rotation, what allows us to save all the resources and have the most effect out of everything that we're doing.
I kind of like this, though. Once you've got an elimination, once you've got a decent amount of damage, you kind of have that freedom to take more of an uncongested rotate along the edge of zone or along the side where not all duos are rotating into. Although there's quite a few around here, to be fair. And then you have players like Vortexers, Volko. Can even split up here. Sometimes you'll even see players like this kind of make bases on different high elevated areas, even if they're not in it, just to kind of make their opponents think that there's someone boxed up there and force them to take a different rotate. But so far, the only worry for this duo, I mean, 19 shots in a frenzy. It's all right, but could be a bit better. I'm sure they want damage with 0 elims currently. They definitely could use some more, but if you look at the mini-map at the bottom right, it's not like there's too many duos walking past them. So it might be difficult.
Yeah, honestly, I see him using the smart pistol, in which I don't typically see a lot of players do. But because not only it locks on, players fly through the sky with grapple blades, crash pads. If you're low on surge, that isn't necessarily a bad idea, especially how the way it works with the hit scan instead of the projectile weapon. So this is a good heads-up play if it does work out for him to kind of think outside of the box. And that's why I love watching Fortnite. There's so many different strategies. People really kind of putting everything to the test to figure out how they can get that edge over everybody else in the lobby.
Camiseti now, first one's up on the Rift Island, looking to capture that flag as players get closer and closer. Ones who maybe are in a rush to get a bit of damage could even use the Rift Island as an opportunity to just have a little back and forth engagement. It's going to be iDrop Nebs choosing to possibly contest them here.
Not in time to kind of get the loot just yet, but you can see that they have the highest elevation, the ability to kind of see everybody else. But not this fight. It's too far off. It's Pings and Mixon just trying to go ahead and get aggressive in this 2v1. That's Dandy on the other side, and the shots are going to be solidified, and there goes their third elimination in this game so far. Without placement points setting in just yet, you can see that they have 12. You can see the leaderboard in terms of points. Everybody at the top 3, they already got their spot, but it's Perhawa, Vexy, Marius, and Sangild are going to be our top 2 still in play here without the next 2 games.
So close, but so far. I think Mixon, we saw them playing for high ground. I believe it was 2 matches ago. They got overtaken, unfortunately, in the later half, but they have an incredible loadout this time around. 3 elims as well. Opens up that rotation freedom. As look at this, Malibcua has brought Merstach right back into the game, but I'm sure you can see not as healthy as they could be. 9 bandages, 1 mini, all Merstach has got to make his way in. If they can just find an entrance where there's not too many duos holding them, that could be enough.
Man.
Look at this.
Oh! You say like a kid in a candy store. Got a little bit too happy for what he saw, but rightfully so. Med kits, bandages, floppers. He found himself a treasure trove of weaponry as well, but no shotgun ammo for his frenzy, so he's definitely still going to be in a tough spot. But they're slowly but surely trying to climb out of the hole that they dug themselves in early on in this game. And from what we've seen so far on the day, you can see them in 6th place, 164 points. They have done very, very similar things, particularly Malibcua so far, placing very, very well in a couple of these games as a solo. These guys are built for this type of thing, but maybe not this as they become the focus of the lobby. Malibcua forced all the way down low, gave up all of his elevation, and gave up a clear sign of weakness to Vortex and Cheating.
Continue to look for those options. Merstach now grouped up once again with Malibcua, but for how long? It's not like they have an incredible amount of materials to hold on. Looks like it's 42 from Malibcua, dropping the med kit so Merstach can heal back up. They've been giving a bit of space, but the time is ticking. Clock is going down. 55 seconds until 5th zone closes, 6th appears, and the duos might just want to hold them on the rotate in. They are above on the Storm Surge threshold, but this rotate is going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, it's Vortex and Cheating still in that line of sight. But Merstach and Malibcua, they're in a position right now where they feel like they have to go for the fight. Merstach instantly goes down. Malibcua is able to get the knock. That's going to be a trade. But the focus comes in from the other side of the zone, and it's all onto Vortex. Malibcua is just trying to stay away from the direction in which those shots are coming through. Still applying pressure on another angle. It's basically a 2v1 still, even though Malibcua gets the elimination. His teammate goes down, and now he becomes the focus towards the outside of the zone, but it's not too much of a worry. You see him going deeper and deeper back there. With those 3 med kits, I think it's the second time we get a reboot for this duo back into the game.
Round 2. Look, that was a 1v1v20. Jacob, what was going on there with the amount of pressure that was being applied from the duos already in the zone? Malibcua making the correct decision with the 3 med kits to say, I am going out of there. I am going to take my time. I have the med kits. I have the damage, but I don't have the duo partner. Is going to be able to pick up some floppers, a bit more loot now. But playing it out as a solo, I mean, to be honest, I've got faith, Jacob. If he's able to make it back in zone, which is going to be the most difficult part of the match from him here, you can see the amount of duos that are on the borderline there. But if he's able to do it, he might just be able to make it through the end game.
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing. I feel like I cursed him last time. My lips are sealed this time around, but with so much action in this small zone, you're seeing another elimination by Skyjump and Ryzen. Looks like he might go back to back. Paco oversteps his welcome. He goes down as well. Dropped to just 2 HP. You know how frustrating that is when you go down to somebody and you spectate and say just 2 HP. I could have done 2 more damage by sneezing on him.
One sneeze could be enough to take him out. As now, once again, zone starts closing. Pressure is on for the duos on the edge, and it looks like in this match, there's so many duos that have had a difficult rotate, but Malibcua is not done. Trying to bring Merstach back in the game. It's Sangild on the opposing side trying to stop him. Is there enough time? Is there not? Malibcua decides no, there isn't. Rotate continues. 6th zone now. It's DKS. It's Vox up ahead. Looking like a trio here. What is Malibcua going to do? Is he going to play for the engagement? Is he going to play for the rotate? As now, he might just be able to box an opponent up. But everybody trying to rotate, trying to do what they can to make it into zone. They're not even taking shots at each other, Jacob. They're just rotated.
He's like, no. I'm not Malibcua. I'm your teammate. I'm your teammate. Just keep rotating. And he finds a way, almost unscathed throughout that rotation to make it there. And then you add in the fact he's over 400 damage above the Storm Surge threshold. And guess where he's looking right now? He has his eyes set on another possible reboot van scenario to get Merstach back into the game. I've never seen persistence like this coming out of a duo. But if anybody can make it happen, it is going to be them.
Look, the 3rd time is the charm. Is that saying going to become a reality? Malibcua's thinking, do I do it now? Do I wait till the zone starts closing and the opponents start rotating? Do I wait for someone to take an engagement? Do I just risk it? Risk it might be the option. You hear the sound. The reboot's coming through. Steno Lushi close by. And it looks like nobody is going to contest them.
And the only other real team on height is busy with Andalex and Sato. That's Wheat and Shimoki. This might have been a huge successful reboot. Skyv's just trying to take some shots. He does not land a single one. And this is a story right here, Takada. I am ready and willing to watch unfold here in this game.
Malibcua was revived more times during the qualifiers than any other player in the upper bracket. And look now how the tables have turned. Malibcua picking up Merstach, Something's up with this duo and reboots. They never give up if they end up continuing this road, this path to success, and getting the VR in this match. I'm gonna lose my mind, Jacob.
I'm still not saying nothing. I'm not gonna be the one causes their downfall at the end of the day, but I will say they're playing phenomenal here, and this was a grand final. We'd all be cheering them on, but Giannis, very, very similar position as Malibcua was in not too long ago, but he's by himself trying to break into the box, catch somebody off guard, but he sees nobody but a pile of loot, and I like the decision to not get too greedy here. He has more than enough to work with in terms of materials. The only thing he's really missing is HP to regain outside of that med kit.
64 above. Zone now, 8th has appeared. East side, train going right through the duos. As Giannis close to Malibcua, Merstach, they're even looking like they're getting close and close to height, but they need those materials. They need some impact frags of refresh. As now the double pickaxe comes through, they want the aggression, they want that elimination. Can they make the dream become a reality? They get one. Is it enough? Do they want more? As it looks like 0 builds on Malibcua. The refresh was not the impact that you'd hope for. But there it is. The split came through. 61. This is enough for the zone.
They are back into the game like they were never in the position we saw moments ago. We won't even speak about it like it never happened. 500 above the damage threshold as well. They're continuously climbing, putting themselves into position after position in which they could succeed, and now they're in the top 25. They got placement points. It wasn't much, but now the points are going to begin to roll in for every team that goes down.
What a run so far from Malibcua and Merstach. And they are just getting started as they continue to take shots around them. Shimoki, on the other hand, no shield to work with. Wheat as well, low. Medkit's being forced to pop. 34 below. They need damage. They need a heal. They need almost everything in this current situation. And with the clock ticking, duo partner down. Shimoki has to make a miracle happen.
That's Malibcua Merstach on the other side, and they waste no time making their way into the box, taking down both Wheat and Shimoki, and now they're maxed up. Max mats completely. Grapple blades, medkits, shields, everything that they need and more for this next zone. And then you add on top of that list, they're closer to the front side than anything else. With so much work so far, 6 eliminations, they could be the team on top here. But it's iDrop and Nebs, they're going to be the ones that are actually on top. High ground is going to be theirs. Going over multiple mountains. They have the recipe. They just need to cook.
205 above. Quick pickup now. That's an impact they wanted to hold on, but there's still players above them taking shots. They don't have that ultimate high yet. As rotates now come through. 9th zone. First moving. Commences. Benotation still up. They've had a rough start to their upper bracket. But can they make a comeback now? Just 2 more matches left. They want something to happen.
Yeah, and they need something to happen here, because if they don't have a well-placing game here, it's almost they're backing themselves into a hole where it's winning in game 5, and that's the only way they can qualify to the grand finals on the day today. Malibcua Merstach still making their way through, falling down the surge threshold, but it's not too much to worry about with the amount of damage they put on the lobby so far. Vexy skating by with just a sliver of HP, but I might have cursed him. He finally goes down, but at least Perhau is still alive to give them a fighting chance.
6 elims from Malibcua, going for double digit when all you need is the VR. Bumped up to 7 with that last one. Now up ahead in the zone. Are they going to look up? You can tell they're looking to make something happen here. The builds go up. The 2 versus 2 for height. Are they going to be able to secure it? 2 shots connect. It's enough to crack, but it's not enough for the knock. Merstach still up, still looking strong.
Yeah, they're just separated right now. Him and Malibcua, that was great damage, but there was nobody there to follow up on it. And they go to the front side of zone, immediately try to take height. That's iDrop towards the backside, chops them down the side, fall damage as well onto Malibcua. They're getting put through the ringer, and this is a huge test for them, but the persistence to try to fight for the high ground is going to stay intact. They're looking towards the backside, finally spotted out iDrop, and the choice is there if they want to continue to fight for it.
Flowberry Fizz coming through, giving that mobility boost. Are they going to use it for height? Are they going to use it for getting ahead? It looks like they want height. Builds start going up. Merstach now up against iDrop. All it's going to take is 1 clean shot. They could chop them down right now, but it looks like there's still opponents down below, and I think they've done it, Jacob. Malibcua and Merstach, the comeback of the century from nothing, playing as a solo to the triple reboot, now on high ground with that win potential.
This is big for them, big for all their fans as well. I see the chat lighting up. Go Malibcua, go Merstach, and they are the energy for this run right here. And you see them trying to make sure nobody's going towards the backside to try to solidify the high ground away from Merstach. Win condition in hands as well, along with 2 med kits. The Flowberry Fizz if they want to gain height, so it's theirs to take it. But on the low ground, a whole different song and dance. Veno and Tastin still fighting for every inch across this finish line, and even back Podesai and Stacey deeper against the wall as they make their way forward.
Step into the dirt, all the way down below, as Camiseti in the middle of it all, in the center of chaos, as players all around them, left, right, up, down, as they continue to stay together. The chemistry is being shown here. One quick shot is all it took for an impact on Cami. Now he was put aside. That goes down, 3 on the board. As they start going up, it's Kiro, 2v1. That's another one for Cami and Seti, 4 on the board, and they're not done.
They are finally coming online. This is the Cami and Seti we know and love and have seen dominate Fortnite for the past 2 years, but they still have challenges to overcome, both on top and on bottom. They're the meat in the middle as Veno and Tayson out of builds here and quickly running out of the reserves that they have. They're still trying to stay down low. Top 4 has been secured. A massive amount of points have been gained, especially with their position on the leaderboard. But Malibcua goes down. He's causing disruption. Down goes Veno, and there it goes. Top 2 situation, and the heel off between Merstach and Cami will begin.
11 eliminations for Malibcua, double digit. Merstach now, after being rebooted 3 times, is in a heel off against Cami. 3 medkits left to go for Merstach. 3 medkits left to go for Cami. The 1 versus 1 heel off. We are witnessing history.
Yeah, the biggest thing right now is, did Malibcua see any medkits during his run on getting those eliminations? But it doesn't matter. Merstach wins the heel off with ease to advance to the FNCS Grand Finals along with 3 other teams.
Record-breaking qualification to the Grand Finals. Malibcua from shambles. 3 reboots onto Merstach all the way to the Victory Royale and booking themselves that ticket to the Grand Finals.
I feel like after watching that game, I feel like a gladiator in the arena just talking to everybody. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained what Malibcua Merstach were able to do? You've had Veno and Tayson putting up big numbers, Seti and Cami, and even though it's Merstach and Malibcua that qualified to the FNCS Grand Finals, it's those 2 teams. It's Veno and Tayson, it's Seti and Cami, both of them outside of the top 30 that needed a big game to give themselves a fighting chance in this last and final game we're about to have.
I'm speechless, Jacob. Like, I'm literally speechless right now. They not only got the Victory Royale, they got 11 eliminations. I mean, Merstach got 11 elims alongside Malibcua winning the heel off. Like, I don't even know what to say anymore.
Yeah, that's what we all know and love out of this duo. We know they qualified, but we still have 1 more game left and action to break down. So I'm going to throw it over to their desk one more time to let us know what's good.